Welcome back to Runeverse. I'm Andrew, and in this video I'm going to be opening up 2 Combo Masters booster packs. So these have been sitting around for a while. As you can see, this one is starting to wear on the edges. So that one, you can tell it's a bit older than the other one, which has also had for a few months now. So it's time to get these open. You probably already saw my Combo Masters gameplay video on the channel. If not, check the description. But let's see if we can update either of those 2 starter decks with the cards from these packs here. So we have the King of Blobs and the Worm. Forget the name, but the Blobs versus the Worms, basically. And there might be some archetypes that are not in the starter decks that we can see if we can get any synergies going for here. So the Health Draining Knife. So I'm not familiar with a lot of these cards, so I might take a moment to read them. So this is interesting. It's going to do 5 damage to you, but you get to heal that damage back if your other knives deal damage. So I mentioned another archetype possibility. It looks like we've got the knives going on. We have Buff Kid. So this is a card that's in one of the starter decks. It's pretty good. So you have to play it as the 4th card in your chain, but it will give +2 damage to all the cards after it, which can be pretty strong if you're able to play around it. It's another knife card, Knife Conjury. You get to search for a knife card and give it plus damage. So you can find the knife combo piece you need. We have the Tater Tot Puppy. Heal 2 health. Discard as many cards from your hand as you want. For every card you discard, heal 1. This is not the type of card that I would play. Crab Sword. All crab attacks get +2 damage. Your opponent's crab attacks do -1. Wow, very crab tribal here. Knife Toss. We got a knife-themed booster pack here. Enter, deal 2 damage when it's played. At the end of turn, discard this card. So you get to deal 2 damage and then clear out a spot in your chain. So that's not bad. Or you got these 2 symbols to work with here. If you want to, I think you can use that to pay for a cost before you discard it. We have our quick reference card. So if you have a little bit of a rules tip situation here. Crab Roddy, at the start of each of your turns, gains +1 damage. So I guess it starts with no damage, but it can build up damage as it sits there. Stretch Punch, simple attack for 2 damage. Card Trick, 4 damage. But when you play it, you have to reveal a card. I guess you could just play the card you reveal, though. The Wall of Fire, interesting. It looks like we got 2 different blacks going on, or like a very dark gray and then a black background. +2 damage for all projectile type attacks played after this. And when you finish a chain, discard this card. So this is an item card, so it doesn't go in your chain, but gives projectiles extra damage. The Ghost Explorer, draw a card from your discard pile, show it to your opponent and put it into your hand. Seems very strong. Pumpkin Sword, +2 damage to all melee attacks for 4 turns. We got another item there. Crab Punch, deal a damage to your opponent at the start of every one of your turns until you complete your chain. So not bad. Get an early Crab Punch could have lasting consequences. We have the Strong Meteor card. When your opponent plays a card, you cancel it, basically, but you have to take 2 damage. Crab Cannon. So we have knife and crab themed pack here. Deal damage and destroy a creature type attack in your opponent's chain that doesn't have a crab in its name. So more crab tribal, destroy non-crabs. Heart Healthy. When your opponent heals due to a card ability, use this card to gain 5 health. Okay. Baby Blob, simple 2 damage attack, and that is it for the first pack here. So I didn't really see much that can upgrade either of the starter decks. I mean, we got the Baby Blob, so that might go in the Blob deck, but this doesn't seem like a very exciting Blob. There are a couple cards that I have to check if they're melee. Ghost Explorer seems like it could go in pretty much any deck. Getting to replay a powerful card could be very strong. 4 damage seems fine. Reveal your hand does not seem like a very big downside. Oh, and having another Buff Kid around is nice too. Though they don't do well in multiples because they both have to be in the 4th slot and only one of them can be there. So, all right, but we've got the starts of a crab or knife deck, or maybe a crab knife hybrid deck if we have to. Let's see what is in pack 2. Starting off with a Little Ghost, just a 3 damage attack, a little bit better than a 2 damage attack. Health Potion, heal 2 at the start of every turn. It's discarded when you have healed 8. Okay, so that's a 1 card to heal 8 damage, not bad. It doesn't take up your chain, but it does take up your item spot. Stretch Punch does 2 damage, so compare that to Little Ghost. Because we got a different icon up here, in case that matters for your deck synergies. Super Spud, negate 8 damage dealt by your opponent. It's discarded once its ability is used. So I assume it would just track the first 8 damage you would take, and it gets worn down until it's run out, and then discard it. Sludge Blob, let's see, put this card into your opponent's chain. Oh yeah, this is good for a blob deck. Just slow your opponent down, mess up their chain potential here. Got another card trick. I like this one just fine. Gargantuan Snack Time. All other worm cards in your chain get +2 damage if Gargantuan Worm is in your chain. So it's revolving around the Gargantuan Worm. And then maybe we can use that ghost to bring it back. So we can use a Ghost Explorer to play the worm multiple times, or you might just have to do 1 worm per game to win. Extra Arm, deal +1 damage for each punch card in your chain. Discard this card to deal 3 damage. Okay, so yeah, you just have this item out. It's going to enhance all your punches, or you can just use this to deal 3. It seems pretty strong. Another buff kid, not bad. I don't think we need 3 in the same deck, but it's pretty good for probably multiple different types of decks. Cycling bin is good. I think that's in both starter decks, so probably don't need too many recycling bins, but magic spell, Broken Hand. Your opponent discards 2 cards from their hand. It's not bad. Crab Cannon, 1 damage, destroy a non-crab card. Another rules tip card, we got a different one here. The Honey Bear, while this card is in play, the effect of your item card in play is doubled. There can only be 1 Honey Bear in your chain. So it's not double the duration of the requirements to use that item card. So this one can have some confusing effects depending on the item, but it's pretty strong, being able to double your item slot. Spaghetti Tornado, mainstay of every deck, draw 2 cards, very good. Crab Punch again. Potato Rain, your opponent must reveal a card of their choice from their hand. Do not like this card. And another Baby Blob. Alright, so we've got a little bit to work with here. I don't know if I can make a whole new deck out of that, but I could definitely swap some stuff around in the decks I already have. Thanks for watching. If you haven't seen my Combo Masters video, go back and check that out. The link is in the description. Otherwise, subscribe so we can get more subscribers, and bye.